Hi everybody, Richard here, coming to you from a very wet Paris day here. And as I'm walking up to the Champs-Élysées, I wanted to answer a key question that I get here a lot, which is if we know that culture beats strategy, especially under pressure, how do we build genuine culture, and does it really matter? Well, the answer is yes, it does matter, because in a word, in a nutshell, culture is what happens when you're not looking. Okay, culture is what happens when you're not looking. What I mean by that is you can have all the kind of strategy in the world, but if you haven't got a healthy culture, any strategy in the world is not gonna help you when the pressure is on. Okay, so the question becomes, okay, how do I build a culture? Well, the first thing is, as I said before, you don't give it to your interns or to somebody in your organization to define a culture. Okay, you need to understand what the culture is that you want to embody, and then to embody it, what you actually have to do is create language, right? Because language creates culture. It's key. Every culture in the world has specific language, and language is transformational. It gives us a lens through which we see the world. Let me give you an example. So when I was in consulting many years ago, we did a sales training course. And in the sales training course, we learned about strategic selling, and we had several words to describe the different buyers in our sales process. So there was the user buyer who used the product, there was the economic buyer who bought the product, there was a technical buyer who could say no, but not yes, and there was the coach who helped you navigate a big, complicated organization and help you succeed. And 20 years later, I still remember this, and literally the day after this training course, the whole company's sales performance skyrocketed up, because you see, because we all had the same words to describe the very exact things, and it gave us a framework that actually helped us succeed. So we got together on a new proposal, and immediately it was like, okay, who's the user buyer, who's the economic buyer, let's go, let's map this out, let's nail this proposal. And our sales performance rocketed. So I guess what I do with my work with leaders is I help them build a leadership culture that helps them create high-performing teams, help them get the best out of themselves and out of their people at all levels in the organization. And the secret to it all is language. So my question for you is, what's the language that you use in your organization to build a leadership culture? A culture that explains objectively how to get the best out of your team, how to empower them, to motivate them, to get high performance out of them, how to align, how to think strategically, and so forth. That's really my challenge. How do you do that? Do you have words? And do you need more? How do you need more of that, or do you need less of it? Almost always you need more objective words to build a stronger shared culture. So that's my challenge today. If you want to build a culture to get the most out of your people, think about the words you use and make sure you have a world-class language to create world-class results. That's it from me from rainy Paris, and hope you've enjoyed that. See you next time, guys. Bye.